Today's class is focused on low back strengthening. Many students come to yoga because of low back pain, and there's a lot that we can do to help strengthen this area, which we'll explore today. And if you are here because of low back pain or low back injury, please be mindful of the number one rule of injury management. If it hurts, don't do it. Back off that particular exercise and skip it. What we want to do in yoga is learn how to discern between pain that can be an injury, that's our body's signal telling us to stop, or just pain that is muscle soreness, which is actually a good pain. So if it's sore muscles because they're working, stick with it. Anything sharp or shooting, go. And with that all said, come to meet me in a comfortable seated position.
Close your eyes and begin to vigorously rub your palms together, generating heat in your hands. And now place your healing hands on your low back. Feel the warmth that you created sink deeply into your tissues. Taking some nice, long, deep breaths and setting your intention to build strength in this space, relieving any pain. Place your hands over your knees for Sufi circles, spiral forward and round back. So we're beginning our practice with a few spinal warm-ups before we get into the strengthening portion. Change directions. And make your way back to center, sitting up tall. Seated cat-cow, take hold of your shins or ankles, and as you breathe in, gently arch your spine, lifting your chest forward, hugging shoulder blades together, and breathing out, rounding through the back. And for today, try to keep your chin more or less level. Use your breath to guide you, rocking back and forth, and find a slight lift up of your pelvic floor. Inhale, return to center. Hold your breath at the top for a moment. Lift up your pelvic floor, visualize energy moving up the spine, and exhale as you need to. On a breath in, sweep your arms up, and exhale, gently twist to the right. Lower left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Notice if you can lower your shoulders while lifting up through the crown of your head. And now retain your twist, but sweep your right arm up and over towards the left knee. If this feels restrictive, release your knee and find an untwisted side bend. Don't mind me removing a piece of hay that was stuck to Bruce's bum. Unwind now and find your spinal twist to the left. Reach your left arm up for that side bend variation, or come into the regular side bend coming out of your twist if that's your preference. Unwind slowly. And then from here, make your way into child's pose with knees together. You have an option here to grab yourself a cushion or a pillow to place underneath your forehead, which you might find helpful for our first strengthening exercise. A blanket under your knees might also be nice for some extra padding, as we'll be on the knees in a moment. Feel free to pause this video while you grab your props, but no worries if you don't have anything to hand. I'll be demonstrating without props. From child's pose, stack your hands over your sacrum, that's the triangular shaped bone at the very base of your spine with the palms facing up. From here, activate your core, preparing to move. On a breath in, you'll rise up to stand on your knees, raising your arms up. And exhale, slowly with control, lower back down to child's pose, hands stacked over the sacrum. Turn your head to place your left ear on your mat or your cushion. Repeat this movement, lifting up on a breath in, and then lowering back down on your breath out, alternating which way you turn your head, moving slowly with control. Take one more full round, turning head both ways. And then once that's completed, return to child's pose. Perhaps sliding your hands under your head if you're not using a prop. Option to stay where you are or spread your knees out wide, taking your child's pose a bit wider, stretching into the inner thighs. Give your hips a little bit of a wiggle. And now lift up, transition onto your belly. An absolute classic low back strengthener now, baby cobra. I want you to really emphasize finding length in the body rather than cranking the back up. Reach back with your feet, alternately shimmying the hips a little bit. That's going to help create space in the low back. Hands either side of your upper ribs, elbows hug in and up as you stretch forward from the crown of your head before lifting your chest up into cobra. Avoid using your hands to do the work here. If you can, try hovering the hands above the mat. And that's going to test that the lift is really coming from your low back working. Okay, release, lower down, take a moment to rest on your belly. Stack your hands underneath your forehead and give the hips a little bit of a shake. For our next movement, you'll keep your hands stacked under your forehead to begin upper back extensions. Engage your core, press the tops of your feet down on the mat. Inhale to lift your head and chest up. And exhale to lower back down. 10 repetitions. And again, nice, slow, controlled movements. Now this movement is small but mighty. If you need to take a break, allow yourself a moment to rest, and then start up again. Okay, give me one more. Great, and rest. Give the hips another little shake to release any tension. Turn your head to the left and turn your head to the right. We've got one more exercise on the belly. Make any adjustments that you need to your position so that you've got space to sweep your arms out to the side and in front of you. And pop up onto your forearms into Sphinx pose to allow me to demonstrate locust swimmers. You'll stack your hands on the sacrum once again, palms facing up, forehead down on the mat. This is your starting position. On a breath in, you'll sweep your left arm out to the side and forward as you lift your chest and the opposite leg. Exhale to return to the starting position, but turn your head away from the moving arm. And then repeat, alternating between the sides. Join me when you're ready. And again, you want to really prioritize finding length in the arms and legs rather than trying to lift up as high as you can. And the trick here is to really try and slow the movement down, which will make it feel harder. So inhale to sweep one arm forward, opposite leg lifts. Exhale, return to center. And as you lower, remember to turn your head away from the opposite arm. Now, after a couple of rounds, this one can really start to feel tough, but this is our last strengthening exercise, so really try to keep going if you can. All right, make this your last round. And when you've finished, roll onto your back. Place your feet down on the mat, hips width apart, knees bent, and take your hands to your hips. From here, tilt your hips forward. Imagine you have two car headlights coming out of your sitting bones and you want them to be pointing on a diagonal down into the ground. Maintain that pelvic tilt as best you can and lift your knees towards your chest. You likely won't be able to bring them particularly close to the chest with that hip tilt. Place your hands over your kneecaps. Inhale, straighten your arms, pressing the knees slightly away, and exhale, bend elbows, pulling the knees slightly in. Repeat this movement, maintaining that hip tilt the entire time. This movement is called Apanasana, and there's a little joke in the yoga therapeutics world that Apanasana would always be recommended for any condition of the body. Release, place your feet down, and take them as wide as your mat to allow the knees to fall in together for constructive rest. From here, take hold of your pillow or cushion, or grab a yoga block if you have one nearby, and place it between your thighs above the knees. Squeeze the prop with your inner thighs, open your arms wide in a T shape, lift your legs into a tabletop, and then lower the knees all the way to the left for a reclined twist. If this particular type of twist is not working for your body today, don't worry, just unwind, place your feet down on the mat, and then drop the knees to the left. Turn your gaze to the right. Return to center and take your twist the other way. Return to center, lower your prop to the side, and come back into your constructive resting pose or Shavasana for a short rest. Wherever you are, gently make your way onto your right side and press up into a comfortable seated position. Bring your palms to touch in front of the heart and bow forward. Building strength in the back takes time and consistency. I hope this is a class that you'll come back to again and again, and in time you'll notice a difference. If you have more time today for a nice chilled out stretch, I really recommend the class that's popped up on your screen now. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep practicing. Namaste.